Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.
Andrew McCart, iFLTV. I'm with the big man himself, Peter Fury. Always good to see you, mate. I'll tell you what, for Hughie being out the ring for 3 years, you picked a very, very tough, durable opponent. Was that just the confidence you have in Hughie?
Yeah, listen, let's not forget, he is a world-level operator. People can say what they want. He's mixed at a very high level. What was the point of getting in there with a guy that's not going to hit back, or somebody that's going to take one of them shots and fall over? We ain't learning anything. This is a guy who comes, he brings it, he comes to win, he's tough as teak, and he keeps trying to the end bell. And he had to work for 3 minutes of every round. He had to keep switched on. So he had to be careful of injuries, getting cut. All this is a factor. So it's a good comeback fight after 3 years.
Obviously, 3 years out has been a frustrating time for both yourself and Hughie, but I tell you what, it didn't look like he was out for 3 years doing them 6 rounds there. I think he's been working hard behind the scenes.
Of course, he's been working. We've been working on a lot of stuff, but I seen some nervous energy in there, because he come back and said, "Oh, my legs feel tired," and that's just nervous energy. So basically, he's now May the 11th. He's over that hurdle. He must have had some doubts going in there. So this is it. It's all part of being 3 years out the game. Sparring's one thing, but under the lights is another matter. And we've got a decent opponent.
You mentioned there as well that he's world level, Hughie, and I think some people actually do forget that he had a good fight against Joseph Parker, who was a WO champion. Look at what he's done. He's fought Kubrat Pulev out in Bulgaria. He's fought Alexander Povetkin, albeit he may have lost in fights, but he was never out of place. He was never outboxed or anything like that. So people look at Hughie and might think that he comes into boxing and dips out, but he has mixed it with the best in this division.
Look, he's 29 years of age. He's got to get busy. He's got to get active. I'll see where the journey goes. But the main thing is, we're looking for steady improvements. Expect some more improvements on May the 11th. I'm just glad he's got the first one out of the way. He's healthy. He's done the 6 rounds. Comfortable. He's had a landslide when he showed his class in there. There was things he could have done, which we'll work on.
You mentioned his age, 29. Let's be honest, that's still a baby for a heavyweight.
Well, this is his 30th pro fight on the GBM show. So he's a 30-fight veteran, isn't he? Veteran, with that experience. But I'm pleased. His balance looked pretty good. He needs to move a lot better. But it's understandable. He's had the 3 years out. But for 3 years out, have a look at other fighters when they come back after 3 years, especially heavyweights. They don't put a good a performance as that one. So I was happy with it.
When you look at the heavyweight landscape now, with all them fights that are happening out in the Middle East, and the landscape keeps changing, everything keeps changing. People are thinking that this guy's going to beat that guy, but it doesn't happen. It's crazy. How long before we see Hughie mix it back in there with those guys at the top?
Like I say, it just depends on Hughie. We've done 6 rounds. Let's keep him active. And look, I'm in no rush. I'm not rushing him anywhere. The only thing I'm rushing him with is activity. He fights on May the 11th. He's going to get out again in July. That'll be 3 fights. We'll get him out again July, August, September. So all through the year. Expect 4 or 5 fights from Hughie, and he's had 1 already.
Peter, what's the plan for Hughie? Obviously, the immediate plan. You mentioned 4 or 5 fights this year, but obviously the ultimate goal for you and your son is that world title. So for right now is to keep him busy, but then 2025, is that when you're going to make your assault on that heavyweight title?
It depends on Hughie. When I see he's ready, he's ready. So he's been 3 years out. Let's get him back. And when he's ready, he's ready. At the moment, he's not ready. So he's been too long out. So the road, how far is it away? It depends on Hughie. Let's see him. He's back. He's been under the lights. The things he's going to work on. Let's look for some improvements again. And let's see step by step, fight by fight. Where the confidence is there, he's feeling good. He's moving around the ring. He's sharp. I want to see all that.
Yeah, can I get your thoughts on the 2 heavyweights at the 5v5? Can I get your thoughts on Zhang versus Wilder? Now, people are saying this is a 4-round shootout. Do you see that?
No, I think Wilder will be cagey and he'll wait for Zhang to throw and miss, and he'll try and get Zhang later on. Or Zhang could come in and make a mistake and get caught. Wilder can punch. And he's got that mean streak, but Wilder could get cleaned out as well. It's Wilder can bang, but he's fragile. So when I say fragile, he obviously, he's a good fighter. But it's that fight can go either way. It's a 50-50.
Dubois against Hrgovic. I mean, Dubois done a great win off Jarrell Miller. Hrgovic is looking for that world title next. Your thoughts on that one?
I thought he done well, very well in his last fight. I think that's a good fight. Hrgovic is no mug. You know, he'll be playing on Dubois' weaknesses. You know, he's a strong puncher as well. So again, that's a pick-em type of fight. It's a good fight. That can go anyway.
That's why we love in boxing right now, because the best are fighting the best, and that's what we like. And
yeah, that's what I mean. They are good fights, then, both of them.
good stuff. Yeah, good to see you again, and congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you
very much, man. Thank you.
Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.